It's Margarita Skype, and in this video I want to talk about clarity grading. I want to talk about diamonds. I want to talk about clarity grading. When we finish our program as gemologists, this is kind of our Bible. So we get one of these books, and you can see this is one of the best books out there for if you ever wanted to explore diamonds. I'm guessing if you ever wanted to even study them. I do have a lot of clients who really want to get down and figure it out on their own. So for some clients, I don't think it's an issue of trust. I think they want to be able to know. So this book is amazing because it tells you what VS is, it tells you what VVS is, it tells you what kind of inclusions you get in diamonds, where they're supposed to be placed, and all sorts of things. It gives you pictures, and it's just one of those really amazing books to have if that's something that you really wanted to explore. What I want to discuss in this video, I want to discuss people discussing the 4c's, how to buy your engagement ring, and this goes for both lab and regular earth mine diamonds. So without further ado, let's talk about the 4c's of the diamond, what matters, and as I like it, super short and sweet, down to the point. Okay, my first point is, if you're trying to learn the 4c's yourself, if you think that I'm going to do this myself, I'm going to buy it online, I'm going to buy this diamond and everything is great, I'm just going to look at some videos, I'm just going to study some books and I'm going to nail it, then I'm going to disappoint you, because buying a diamond, although it seems like it's not a big deal, if you already went as far as trying to learn it, then I already know you're the type of person that takes things seriously or is not just careless when it comes to purchasing something, because you'll be surprised how many clients just don't care, in a sense that they don't really see big difference between, let's say, VS and SI, 1, let's say. They don't see a big difference between color G and H. Some just don't care. They want a beautiful stone that's sparkling, and that is it. If you're watching this video, it means you really care about what you're buying. You really want to understand the 4c's. And so I'm going to tell you today that it's not that it's impossible, but there are things that you have to understand. First of all, sometimes on a GIA report, the stone looks fantastic, but it is not always the case in reality. And any gemologist and any jeweler will tell you that sometimes we buy stones thinking, okay, let's take a look at GIA, everything checks off. Color, clarity, cut, everything is good. But when we get stones, we get a little bit surprised. And this happens because these are all natural stones. These are all, I want to say, graded by people. So although in GIA, this would happen less than other stones, I want to say, because of the way their strict way of grading the diamonds is. But at the same time, it has happened in the past. And there's a big factor of just liking a diamond. I often have customers that say, can I see this diamond and this diamond and this diamond? And once we make an appointment and they come to see those 3 diamonds, they enjoy a completely different diamond from all 3 that, based on the GIA reports, based on what they were looking for, checked out. This is me telling you that if you are shopping for a diamond, and yes, all the 4c's at the end do really matter. I'm not going to be out there and telling you, oh, don't pay attention to clarity or color or cut. At the end of the day, in my opinion, if you can afford the best, you just go for the best. So if you can afford anything, VS and above, go for that. If you can afford anything G color and above, go for that. If you can afford the most amazing, excellent, ideal cuts, go for that. But it's not something that I can take out and say, oh, well, this is not as important. And then again, if you're the type of person that is loving the warm diamonds, okay, you are gonna have your engagement ring in rose or yellow gold, which are both warm tones of golds, then maybe you can go lower on your color and go with H, because it wouldn't show as much in rose and yellow gold, And maybe you just love warm tones. I have clients who go for I, not because they wanted to, but because they ended up loving that warm diamond. So at the end of the day, it is your preference, and it is the way you see things and you feel this world and love this ring on your finger. So all I want to say is that if you're out there studying the 4C's thinking you're going to nail it, that may not happen, so don't get disappointed. And the most important thing for you to do is to buy, if you can, 2 diamonds. If you're working with someone, take a look at 2, 3 diamonds. Take a look at different shapes of diamonds on your appointment with a jeweler, just so that you can see the difference, you can see the comparison. Don't be shy exploring with different shapes, because we have often, this happens a lot, you guys, that a person came for oval and ended up buying a round, or came for round and ended up loving this cushion, just fell in love with that center diamond. So make sure you explore with whoever you're working with, because even when clients trust me, I've been working with them for the last 10 years, I still want them to see those diamonds in person, because it's a different experience when you see these stones. And the sparkle, it could be 2 of the same diamonds, 2 of the same J reports. We have done this before. And the client would be totally attracted to one over the other. It happens. There's something in the diamonds that is just not at 100%. You can never just look at the report and say this stone will be at 100% the most beautiful in the world. There's always that percentage left for you to look at that stone in person. And sometimes the videos don't do justice as well. So in my opinion, if you're out there wanting to buy a diamond and you are looking at the 4C's and trying to study, one of the most amazing pointers that I will give you is buying this book, because it is absolutely fantastic. It is not expensive, but it will tell you more than anybody in any video, just because of how good it is and how good the visuals are. I have acquired this during my gemological studying, but it is a good book to have for anyone. I find it so easy to understand and so easy to read. So I will link below for this type of book. I'm gonna try to look for a link. I don't even know where you would buy it, but I don't know if they have them on Amazon, but I will take a look at the links and will link it below if I find one. And the other thing I want to tell you is, if you do have a choice, please take a look at several diamonds. If it's online that you're shopping and obviously you're buying a 5 grand or a 10 grand diamond, it might be hard. But then again, make sure that they have a nice return policy, so that if it is a diamond that checks off all your points in terms of the report and the photos and the videos, you have that extra 30 days or whatever, 15 or 10 days for you to return that diamond. I know several companies do that. I believe Blue Nile does it and some other ones, so you can buy a diamond. Make sure you love it and then return it if you don't. I think that is the smartest thing, because like I said, sometimes you really just need to look at that diamond and just fall in love with it once you see it, because even after years of gemological training and experience in this industry, I get surprised sometimes myself. So diamonds are not, set in stone. That's just the way it is. Nature has its own ways. Some things are just more beautiful than others. It's Margarita Skypin, and I hope you learned something new. I'll see you in the next episode.